In the grand kingdom of Eldoria, young Dennis was born to Queen Ilara, the king's eldest wife. As the firstborn son, Dennis was destined to inherit the throne, a future many in the palace viewed with both hope and envy. King Alaric, Dennis's father, had many marriages. He married numerous wives to form alliances and create a strong lineage, with each hoping her son would one day be king. Eldoria's laws were clear. The next king must be of high moral standard, a rule that guided the kingdom's respect and honor. Dennis's path was not easy. Queen Ilara, wise and virtuous, taught him from a young age the importance of discipline, integrity, and the long-term rewards of living righteously. She knew the palace was dangerous, especially with the other queens viewing Dennis as a threat to their own son's ambitions. The other queens, aware of the law, devised a cunning plan to disqualify Dennis from ascending the throne. They conspired with his guardian, a man named Morgoth, who was responsible for Dennis's upbringing. Morgoth, tempted by promises of power and wealth from the other wives, agreed to the plan, setting out to lead Dennis astray. Under Morgoth's care, Dennis was constantly exposed to all sorts of temptations. Lavish feasts with excessive alcoholic drinks, gatherings with immoral and bad company, and easy access to wealth and pleasures of the flesh were all part of Morgoth's daily routines for the boy. Each day, the temptations grew, carefully orchestrated to ensnare Dennis in a web of immorality. Yet, despite the relentless exposure to these vices, Dennis remained steadfast. His mother's teachings echoed in his mind. Endure the hardships of today, and you will reap the rewards of tomorrow. He resisted every temptation, remaining a beacon of discipline and virtue amidst the swirling chaos. As months turned into years, Morgoth grew increasingly frustrated. His elaborate attempts to corrupt Dennis had all failed. The boy's will was unbreakable, his moral compass unwavering. In a moment of exasperation, Morgoth confronted Dennis directly. "Why do you resist, Dennis?" Morgoth demanded, his voice tinged with frustration and disbelief. "Why do you refuse to indulge in the pleasures laid before you? Any other boy would have succumbed long ago." Dennis met Morgoth's gaze, his eyes filled with a calm determination. "Because I am destined for the throne," he replied firmly. "I cannot allow myself to be led astray by temporary pleasures. My mother taught me that true joy comes from a life of virtue and purpose. I endure today, so that I may lead our kingdom with honor tomorrow." Morgoth, taken aback by the boy's resolute spirit, felt a pang of guilt. He saw in Dennis the qualities of a true king: wisdom, strength, and an unwavering commitment to righteousness. The guardian, moved by Dennis's words, began to reconsider his loyalty to the scheming queens. Word of Dennis's incorruptibility spread throughout the palace and the kingdom. The people of Eldoria, hearing of his steadfast morality, began to place their hopes in him, seeing in Dennis the promise of a just and noble ruler. In time, King Alaric died, and Dennis, having proven himself through trials of fire, ascended to the throne. His reign was marked by fairness, prosperity, and a return to the high moral standards that had once defined Eldoria. Under King Dennis, the kingdom flourished, and his story became a legend, a testament to the power of virtue and the strength of the human spirit. The story of Joseph, found in the book of Genesis, chapters 37 to 50, illustrates several profound themes, which includes 1. Faith and trust in God. Joseph's unwavering faith in God is evident throughout his life. This faith was rewarded as God continually protected and elevated him, ultimately leading him to a position of power in Egypt. Genesis 41. 2. Moral integrity and righteousness. Throughout his trials, Joseph remained morally upright. In Genesis 39, he resisted the advances of Potiphar's wife, choosing to honor God even at the cost of his own freedom. This commitment to righteousness, despite personal cost, is a key lesson from his life. In summary, the story of Joseph is a rich tapestry of faith, endurance, forgiveness, and divine orchestration. It teaches that steadfastness in one's faith, despite life's challenges, leads to the fulfillment of God's promises and purposes. Through Joseph's life, the Bible conveys that God is always at work, even when his presence is not immediately evident, and that his plans are ultimately for good. If you find this story inspiring, please like, share, subscribe, and leave a comment below. Thank you.